Hello, everyone. I wanted to go vertical, but now it finally wants to work horizontally, when usually every night I try to go horizontal and it says to turn my camera. Now it finally wants to work. Let me turn this down. So if anyone is here, I see Nicole Smith Gardening. Thank you for coming. I know Rochelle was in here, but that was earlier when I had planned to hopefully go on at 6:30. So I don't know if she's going to make it back. Let me pull up. So, okay, you made it back. Good. So if you are just popping on and you don't know what's going on, I'm doing a 12 days of Seedmas giveaway. So I'm giving away seeds every night for 12 days. I have missed a couple nights. So if you see some days where there's not videos, that's why. It's not that you just can't find them or something. So, and then this year I'm doing a grand prize giveaway at the end of more seeds, ranunculus and anemone corms, and then some garden supplies like a garden marker and plant tags. And then I've also had some guests on that are also giving away prizes, like Nicole. Yesterday, or the day before yesterday, you won the lunar moon chart from Phaedra at Phaedra Gardeness. So let's see, is that everything I wanted to say? Oh, so if you are not able to make it live and you're watching the replay, I'm also doing it where you can still enter, and all you have to do is email me a word that I say throughout the video. So throughout the video, I'll say a random word, and you just have to email me that word. And do me a favor and don't click off the video as soon as you hear the word. Finish watching the video for me. Because every time you click off the video, it tells YouTube that the video wasn't very good because, you didn't finish watching it. And I'm trying to get my watch time up so that I can monetize my channel. All right, so Rochelle says she just finished vacuuming and unloaded her strawberry candy cane shaped ice cubes. You're making a batch for a Christmas party next weekend. I know I'm like so late this year. I usually try to do either like some kind of cake or cupcakes or some kind of dessert to take for Christmas. And this year I've just been so busy with planning for the cut flower and vegetable farm next year and ordering everything that I need for the farmer's market. Like next year I'm going to be offering seeds for sale and also some bulbs. And then I'm also going to be doing some things like sachets, like the little organza bags. I'm going to do some sachets with dried flowers and like foliages that have scents. Like I have some, where is it? Let me know if you can hear me okay. I have some lemon gum eucalyptus. Like, it smells so strong. Like, you know how people will say like, oh, it smells at my whole house, and then you buy it and it's like you smell it for a couple days and then you don't smell it anymore, or you only smell it when you're really close to it. Okay, Rochelle says, or Nicole says, I hear you great. Oh, you're going to use the ice cubes and the champagne. That sounds good. So this actually well, it doesn't smell up your whole house, but at least like 10 times a day when I'm in my kitchen, I will get a whiff of this. Like whether I'm sitting way over there on the couch or wherever I'm at, I will smell it. And even my husband has made comments about smelling it, and he thought that it was like a plug-in or a air freshener or something. But this stuff, I just this is just the leaves that when I harvested the stems for the bouquets, when I stripped the leaves, I just picked them up and put them in this and let them dry, and it smells so good. It kind of smells like mosquito repellent. I think it said on the seed tag that this kind of eucalyptus is sometimes used in mosquito repellent, if I'm remembering correctly. And I like that smell. It's very lemony, and I like anything lemony. So, anyways, I'm gonna be selling some things like this in the sachets of like dried flowers, like status and things like that. Because when you're making bouquets, there's always those little stems or like side branches that branch off the side of things that, they're not really tall enough to put in bouquets. So I was trying to think of a way I could use everything instead of just composting all of these, pretty flowers. And so that's what I'm going to do next year. Rochelle, you said you need to check on your lemon verbena oil. So what are you making? Did you grow it and you collected the oil from it? That's one thing I would love to get into is like harvesting my own oils, especially now that I'm growing a lot of things like eucalyptus and stuff. But I'm trying not to add anything else to my plate right now because I already have so many crafts that I do on top of now having my own business and having to work full time until my business is bringing in more of an income. So I do things like scrapbooking and crocheting and stuff like that. So I'm trying not to add anything else. I put my freakish leaves in coconut oil. Freshest leaves. Oh, freshish leaves. So kind of fresh leaves. Lemon verbena is probably your favorite smell of all time. Yeah, I love anything lemon. And yeah, lemon verbena, coconut lime verbena is the one I was thinking of actually from Bath and Body Works. That's a really nostalgic smell for me. But yeah, anything lemon, I love that. I love fresh, but I also love fruity smells. So that's autocorrect is riding you tonight. There was something I put earlier, and autocorrect changed it to something. I can't remember what it was, but it gave me a laugh. Oh, it all adds up. I didn't see that you were here. I seen Brampton Gardner said hello. And I think everyone that is here has given me a like, but if not, then do me a favor and like the video for me. It all adds up. If you're just joining, we are doing a seed giveaway. We haven't started yet. Usually I ask trivia questions, and tonight I'm doing something different. And I got the idea a couple nights ago whenever I seen Seed Savers Exchange ask on their Instagram, name that seed, and it gave me the idea to take some of the seeds that I have and have that be a part of the game. And then today I was thinking of what are some other things I can do. And the other day I asked a question, what are some common pests, like gardening pests? And someone answered ladybugs. And that's actually a beneficial insect that is really important because it eats some of the bad bugs and insects like aphids. And it reminded me that, not everyone is educated on that. And I remember when I was first starting out gardening 15 years ago, I didn't know there was a difference in good bugs and bad bugs. And none of that. I didn't realize that there were ladybugs or, other bugs that some we're going to talk about tonight that will eat the bad ones. And, a lot of people when they're starting out, they'll just go out and grab a bottle from Walmart or somewhere and they'll just spray something that kills them all. And what you should really do, what I feel you should really do, is really do your research to figure out what that bug is and if it's a bad bug or a good bug. And then if you absolutely have to, then spray something that kills only that bug instead of something that kills everything. And also do your research to find out when exactly to spray it, because some sprays can be organic, naturally made, and only affect a very small number of bugs. But if you don't spray them at the right time, it can harm beneficials like bees and butterflies and things. So, like neem oil, for example, is a popular one. But if you spray it, it can also damage your plants if you spray it like in the middle of the day. Some of those sprays you want to wait until like the bees and butterflies and things have went to bed for the night. And some bees, I can't remember which ones, but some bees, they'll actually sleep in flowers. So even then, it's really important to only spray if you absolutely have to. I've lived here for going on 4 years, and I think my first year I sprayed some things like neem oil and stuff, but as far as I can remember, I haven't sprayed anything in at least the last 3 seasons. And it's really amazing to see like all of the beneficial bugs come in and just take care of the problem for you. Like parasitic wasps, they'll lay eggs in things like tomato hornworms and things like that. So I thought it would be fun to play what's name that bug. So we're going to talk about some insects tonight, and we're going to talk about whether or not they're beneficial or a pest, and that will educate some of you guys out there that don't know. If you're a beginner gardener, maybe it will help you to know if you should spray something, or like I said, try not to spray it all. Unless I see like aphids, they usually don't do enough damage to really harm anything, especially on flowers. I just leave them be, and then within a week or two, I have ladybug larvae all over them, and they're gone. Or I'll spray them off with the water hose, and they don't come back. On my vegetables, unless it's like a big crop that I'm relying on for like food to like can green beans or something, then I just usually leave it be and Mother Nature takes care of it on its own, or I spray it off with a water hose. There's lots of different things you can do, but I just want to give a little bit of awareness to those of you that may not know what's a beneficial insect or a pest. All right, so it looks like we've got some new people in here. Looks like my mom came. Hi, Mom. Joe is back. She says she never sprays anything. Yeah. It's really nice if you can, especially if you're just hobby gardening and it's not like you're trying to put up, food for the winter and things like that, to just try to not spray anything. But I also understand, like we're trying to grow on a larger scale now and can things for like an entire winter. So if I have thousands of bugs on a certain crop, then yes, I need to do something about it, especially, if you're, you know, don't really have the income to just go out and buy that food if it gets ruined by a pest. I understand some people have to do something. Joe says the pests eat well in my garden. Yeah, and also if you plant extra, like I remember someone saying that to me a couple years ago whenever I just had a couple little raised beds, and it's like, plant extra, like I don't even have enough for myself. But hopefully, if you can work towards that point. Like the first year I moved in here, I had a in-ground area that the previous owners had made into a garden. And then every year I just made it bigger and wider. And then I started building raised beds, and I started out with 2 and then 4. And then this year we finally had the money to build the other 6. Excuse me. And now I have 10. So sometimes you have to start small, but. And then CC's Texas Garden is also here. Nicole's favorite bug is big hairy spiders. And then I see Rochelle said hi, Natasha, but I didn't see her comment. Oh, and Dee's Garden Adventures here also. Hello, everyone. Thank you guys for coming. Nicole said hi, Diana. So is that your name, Diana? I remember I asked you that, I believe, and I didn't see the answer. Yeah, so I seen you said, hey, Nicole. So yeah, that's your name. All right, so let's get started. And let me pull up this website. That's another thing I wanted to say really quickly. If you have not heard of the NRCS programs, I would recommend you looking into them. A lot of people have heard about the High Tunnel Grant, which is a grant from basically the government. It's a government program. And I used to think it was only for farmers, but it's also for home gardeners. And it doesn't have to be vegetables, it can be even flowers. But it's basically a program, and that's not all they do. I had heard about it a couple years ago, and I kind of forgot about it. But I recently ran across a video about it, and they have so many programs for farmers and for home gardeners. And it's just money sitting there, like waiting for someone to say they need it. Like, I don't know why it's not like more readily, well, it's readily available, but I don't know why it's like not something that's talked about more, because I've been gardening for 15 years and I've, just recently learned about it. And they have programs that will pay for cover cropping, like helping people transition to organic gardening. Like if you want to garden organic, but you don't really know how, they will come out and like talk to you about different like things you can plant to help, or like different products you can use. They have programs. Basically, they have a bunch of programs that everyone could like really take advantage of, whether you're someone that's been gardening for 15 years or someone that's new. Like, I contacted my local and it's literally across the street from where I work, and I never knew. It's right by the 4-H fairground by where I work, and I never knew. And I've worked there for almost 15 years also. So I definitely recommend y'all looking into your local one, because I didn't know that it even existed. And it's basically money sitting around waiting so that they can help. The main goal is to help conserve soil and things like that. So they also have programs where they'll help you with like if you have a lot of flooding in your backyard where your garden is, they don't want that soil to run off. So they will help you. They have programs that will help you to where you can put in like a French drain or a water catchment system, so that you can catch that water instead of it going into the soil and leaking into other things. And they want to conserve soil and nutrients and things like that. I'm probably forgetting some things because I'm on here and nervous, but definitely look into it. It's the NRCS program. But the biggest one people talk about is the High Tunnel Grant, which they will pay. It depends on the county. There's certain amounts of money that is for each county, and there's agents that decide who gets it and stuff like that. I don't want to talk about it too long, but I definitely recommend y'all getting into it, looking into it. And so that's the website that I'm going to look at for this. So I can tell y'all a little bit about each one. So the first one we're going to do, let me fold this in half. The first two are bugs that kind of look really similar. So that's why I chose these two, because it can be hard to like get them confused. A few years ago, I think I was harming some of the good ones. Hopefully you can see this pretty clear, but it's a green, long, skinny insect, and it has wings. I see someone already got the answer. Good job, Nicole. Let me go back to the comments. Rochelle says I should see what they have in Ontario. Yeah, because whenever, at first I was just applying for the High Tunnel grant, and he came out and he looked at my property and started telling me about all these other programs and asking me like what I grow where, because I have my cut flower farm area and then my vegetable farm, and I kept talking about my personal vegetable garden, and I kept talking about the farm area, and he was like, it's not just for farmers, it's also for home gardeners. Because that's the other thing I was going to say. They also have programs that will connect farmers with programs like food stamp, where people get food stamps, and like WIC, the Women, Infants, Children program, and like school systems and stuff like that that use a lot of fresh produce. They'll help, excuse me, they'll help small farmers like me, like connect with those places that want to buy local produce. So that's really awesome. But he was like, it's not just for farmers. You can be growing your own vegetables in the High Tunnel, or, it doesn't have to be for your business, for selling at the farmer's market or whatever. And yeah, it depends on how many people apply for it. Like, there's some cities where there's so many people applying for it that, maybe 10% of people will get it. But I feel like in my little town, I'm hoping, fingers crossed, that I have a good chance. And it also depends on your needs. Like, if there's someone applying for a High Tunnel and they have like a lot of flooding and a lot of, resources that are being like damaged, like soil and things, then they're going to prioritize giving them a High Tunnel over someone that like already doesn't really have a lot of issues and stuff. But anyways, so Nicole, you got the first one. So I'm just going to read a really quick little thing that the NRCS says about the green lacewing. So there's green lacewings and brown lacewings, and they can sometimes look like another bug that I'm not going to say yet. But some of the plants that help bring those in are wallflowers, bee balm, coreopsis, common boneset, buckwheat, CINQUEFOIL, not sure what that is, caraway, oregano, and then other plants, various other plants that produce a lot of nectar. But the bugs that they will prey on are aphids, mites, whiteflies, bollworms, budworms, armyworms, and loopers. So if you deal with a lot of those, then you may want to look into planting some of those plants to bring in more of those lacewings. All right, so the next one, and yeah, I keep forgetting to say, but if you already won, then like you can answer, but I want to try to like let one person win each night. Did I say that right? Yeah, one person for each one each night. Can you guys see that? Nico says I know it. This one is a green bug that looks really similar to the lacewing. It's sometimes has wings also, but it's more like round. They also are sometimes orange, a reddish color, and then some of them are brown. I had a ton of little brown ones on my bearded iris this year. It's a really common pest. Oh yeah, I forgot. We're doing the first one was a beneficial, but the other three are going to be pests. Yeah, I can show it again. I'll show both of them so that you can see the difference. That was my main thing I wanted to do. So the lacewing, excuse me, the lacewing is like longer and skinnier, and then this is kind of smaller and fatter. Go ahead, Nicole. I know you know it. I have two more, so we'll still end up with 3 winners. Yep, it's an aphid. So it's the green aphid, and some of them have wings and some of them don't. And so the lacewing eats the aphids. So you have to be careful because a lot of times you'll see them on the undersides of plants or in leaves, and like sometimes I'll take like a hand if I have gloves on it and I'll just squish all the aphids because there's usually a big like number of them. I know, gross. But there's usually a lot of them and I'll just like squish them. But you have to be careful because sometimes I remember a few years ago I would always see like a lot of small ones and then like one big one. And I used to think it was like the mom or the dad, but I think it was maybe a lacewing. And so, obviously you want to be careful so that you're not hurting the beneficials. You said the size threw you off. Well, I didn't print these to size. Sorry. All right, so for the next one, these two are going to be probably harder, but I'll figure out some way to pick a winner if none of you get it. So, or I'll try to give y'all some more hints. Nicole says I don't know that one. So I said the other ones are pests. I'm sorry. The first one, this one was a beneficial and then a pest. This one's a beneficial, on the other side's a pest. So this one's a beneficial. If y'all don't know it, it's okay. I'll just go ahead and tell y'all the answer. It's a beetle. I think it's a beetle. All right. I don't think y'all are going to get it, which I probably wouldn't either if I didn't look it up when I found it in my garden one day. But it's a minute or minute pirate bug, and it's a beneficial that will eat or prey on thrips, mites, aphids, whiteflies, budworms, bollworms or bollworms, armyworms, and loopers. And if you don't know what loopers are, I'm pretty like 98% sure that it's the green, they call them cabbage loopers. It's the green, no, I guess there's a different kind because under here it says cabbage looper. So some kind of caterpillar, I'm 98% sure though. But I guess there's different kinds of loopers. But yeah, so that's the ones that the pirate bug preys on. And I looked this up because I found a bunch in my garden this past year and didn't want to do something to it if it was a beneficial bug, and it is. And I will tell you some of the flowers or plants that bring these in. I'm not going to say them all because there's a lot. But caraway, sunflowers, buckwheat, bee balm, common boneset, coreopsis, and oregano. And I grew a lot of coreopsis and bee balm this year. So if any of you want either of those for your seeds, let me know because I have a lot of seeds I collected from those two. Rochelle, you said I've had cabbage loopers. Yeah, they're gross, especially if you have a lot of them. I have been trying to grow a lot more cabbage the past couple years, and this past year I done really well with mine. I did green and purple, and it was the first year I did purple, and the purple is so beautiful. But I think I did ruby perfection, and it was so beautiful. But I had them on. I didn't really have them on my purple. Come to think of it, but I had them really bad on my green ones because I had covered them with insect netting. I covered the whole raised bed, and I took it off one day for something to do something, I don't remember, and I didn't put it back on, and within like 2 days they were everywhere. So I definitely recommend. I used to plant them like on the corners of all my beds and try to make it look pretty, but I stopped doing that and started planting them all in one bed so that I could cover the entire bed, and that definitely helped. So I got rid of all of them and then put the insect netting back on, and didn't have a problem with them the rest of the season. Rochelle says, I think I bought bee balm. Well, if you didn't, let me know because I actually have one of the bags right here where I collected a ton. And I have probably thousands of those seeds. I usually don't use these bags. I usually try to use these because I can reuse them and reuse them a lot more. But so don't come at me for using plastic. All right, so for the last one, now this one was one that not really tricked me, but I didn't think I had it for many years, and I think I did. I didn't realize how small it was, and I found out that I had them. Like Nicole from Flower Hill Farm, she said that they're really bad on gladiolus, and she showed the damage that they cause, and I would see that kind of damage, but I would never see the bug. And so I was like, thinking that something else was causing it. And this year I was making bouquets, and I was mainly working with my snapdragons, which it's also a big pest on snapdragons. And I kept feeling things on my hand. Like, how if you have like a hair, like if you have long hair, if you have like a hair on your arm, like you can feel it and something's there. Or like, I don't know, you know how it is. If you have something on your arm and you're like, you go to get it off. Well, I kept having that feeling, or like a fly lands on you. I kept having that feeling, but when I looked, I'm like, nothing's there. And then I would, grab more flowers, and then I'm like, I feel it again. Well, this is gross, but it was this bug. And I didn't realize it because they're so small, I didn't see them. And finally, I got in a certain light or something, and I seen that's what it was. So if you are looking for, something that's causing damage in your garden, look really close because it might be this bug. So Rochelle, you said some kind of earwig. They look very, very similar in shape to an earwig. But I don't think it's considered an earwig. And then you said, thrips. So yay, you finally got one. Well, you got one the other day too, but yes, thrips. So Joe Love and D, what's your name again, Deanna? You got it right also, but Rochelle got it first. And let me write your all's names down really quick. And let me say the word before I forget. And also, let me know if you can think of anything else, like how I'm doing the name that pest or name that seed. Let me know if you have any more ideas for something we can like make a game. Excuse me. Oh, and also before I forget, I don't know if everyone watching was here last night, but Danielle, I don't know why I always burp a lot whenever I'm doing a live, but when I'm not doing a live, I never burp. I think it's because I'm just talking so much. But Danielle from North Lawn Flower Farm wasn't able to be a guest, but she said that she would send some seeds for one of the winners. And then I have some sunflowers left. So I'm going to give some of these away tonight. It was supposed to be last night, but I missed last night because I had something come up. So let me know in the comments, everyone that wins tonight after I post this video, put it in the comments. If you'd rather have the celosia from Danielle or the sunflowers from Sunflower Steve. And I will figure out, if y'all both say the same thing, I'll figure out, or if all three of you say the same thing, I'll figure out how to do it. I might, like if you both want sunflowers, I might just, give y'all a few apiece. So, the word. Let me think really quickly what the word is going to be. And so if you're watching the replay, you're going to email me this word. Let's go with zinnia. We'll go with zinnia. And don't click off this video right now and go email me. Finish watching, please. All right, it looks like we have someone else. Ark Wildman says howdy. Howdy, thank you for joining. If you don't know what's going on, I'm doing a seed giveaway. And so far we've already done 2 of them, Nicole and Rochelle. Is that correct? I've only done 2, right? The winners so far of the packs of seeds. So if you want to try to win a pack of seeds, then stay. Oh, no, wait. We did 3. We did 4. I got to go back and see who's the winner of each one after this video. But we did the lacewing, the aphid. I told you all about the parrot bug, and then we did the thrips. So that would be the last one. So I'm sorry, I don't have any questions or anything prepared, or I would try to do one more for you to win a pack of seeds, but that was the last one. But if you watch the replay, then email me the word that I said in this video, then you can still win a pack of seeds. No one got aphid or pirate bug. That's right. I told Nicole to go ahead and say it because no one got it. So let me see. Let's do another question then. Let me see if I have a question that I haven't asked. These aren't questions, but all right, so we'll do, this one is, it's not a question like a trivia question, but tell me, well, no, let's not do that. Name, let me just think of one really quick. Name 3 vegetables. And whoever does that the fastest gets the last pack of seeds. Name 3 vegetables. And if you don't get it, Nico says, I know the answer. If you don't get it, Ark, Wildman, I had to look closer because you look familiar, but I can't really see on the screen. It's so small. And it looks like you're wearing camo. So for a second, I was like, wondering if that was my husband's cousin, because my husband's out of town hunting right now. So if you don't get it, then watch the replay and also come back tomorrow, because I'm doing this for 12 days. And if you do all of them at the end of the 12 days, then I'm giving out a grand prize. All right, it looks like Joe got it first. Tomato, cucumber, broccoli. All right, I just got out of the shower, so now I have hair falling out everywhere. But so Nicole, Rochelle, and Joe are the 3 winners for tonight. You're welcome. So I think that's the first one you've won, Joe. So congratulations. And yeah, just email me your name and address, and if there's any certain type of seed that you would like. And after I post this, put it in the comments also, because the extra comments will help me out. It's amazing how your mind goes blank for such an easy question. You're telling me I have really, really bad anxiety, so mine does it really bad. Rochelle says her daughter is shedding so much. You cleaned the bathroom today, and it was like Sasquatch had been there. I have PCOS and I have hypothyroidism, so mine really, really falls out. But I'm trying not to touch it because that's how mine's going to be, and I'm going to have handfuls. Right before I went live, I had literally just jumped out of the shower and got dressed really quick, and I just brushed it enough to where I could part it a little bit and then pressed go live. Oh, you won twice the other night. That's right. That's okay though. That's okay. That's why I'm doing this. Oh yeah. Do you guys notice anything? No beeping. I had 3 of them. So my house is almost like a mirror image. So right now I'm sitting in the kitchen, and there's the dining area, which really that's just it's like where you walk in. Our side door is like our front door because that's where our garage is. And so it's like our front door. So we just use it for putting shoes and all that kind of stuff. And if you go straight into the hallway, there's two bedrooms, and then on the left is the garage. It used to be detached, and they attached it. And then on this side, it's the living room, and then a matching hallway, and then my husband and I's bedroom and the laundry room. Well, on this side where the two bedrooms are, there's one in each bedroom, and then also in the hallway, and they're very close, and all three of those needed new batteries. And so I don't know if that's why my husband replaced the battery and he said it didn't work, because it was still beeping because it was two other ones that needed fixed or what. But I stopped the other night after Rochelle reminded me after our live, and I bought a 2-pack of batteries, and I fixed the one and about broke my neck falling off the step stool, but got it done, and then came back in here and then still heard the beeping. And so at first I was like, see, my husband was right. The battery isn't working. And then went back in there and realized the one in the hallway was still needing a new battery. I guess that's what I get for relying on my husband to fix it. Yeah, it was one of those like step stools that it's like shaped like stairs. So you have the one step and then the next one. And there's like a really small like handle that I was leaning my legs against because it was a very short one. And I was like leaning my legs against it, trying to steady myself. And I about fell backwards. Yeah, Rochelle says every 10 years you have to replace them all. Well, when we bought this house, it had actually burnt almost completely to the ground. And so they totally, completely remodeled just about everything. And so everything was pretty much brand new. Um, well, most things were brand new. But the problem is the person that remodeled it, he actually moved in to remodel it. Well, they rebuilt like all the walls and all that. And then to do the rest of it, he moved in and lived here while he fixed everything. Like, not fixed it because it was basically all gone, but built up, the kitchen and, painted and all that. And he done a really bad job. We'll just say that. And it's sad because he used really good products and really good, like the cabinets, like they're really nice cabinets. But he didn't make sure like the floor was level. So things are crooked and, not lining up correctly. And then like under some of the baseboards, there's like really big gaps, and then it's even, and then a big gap, and then it's even. And I'm a perfectionist. I don't know how I missed those things when I bought it, but and like yeah, so what I'm getting at is there's a lot of things we're going to have to fix, and it sucks because we were going to buy a fixer upper and do it ourselves to save money and to also just be able to do it the way we wanted it, because my husband worked in construction for like 10 years. But since we had a 1-year-old, we were like, let's just pay the extra money. This one was just rebuilt, and it's in all the colors and things that we would pretty much choose. And now we gotta take a bunch of it out and redo it. Like our shower, there's 4 bathrooms in here. There's only 3 bedrooms, but there's 4 bathrooms. 3 full bathrooms and 1 half bath. But in all the showers, there's really nice tile, but the floors in 2 of them are so unlevel that there's like this much water after you take a shower. So you have to like try to squeegee it all into the drain. So we don't even use them. It's really aggravating. Yeah. He either bit off more than he could chew, or he just done it just to save money and he knew what he was doing. And I think it was the latter. Because he also, another thing he did, we didn't know, is he split our property. And so he split it basically in half. And we have a church in behind our house. So we thought that that area was the church's property, because it was too small to think like, oh, that's an empty lot that someone's going to build a house. And as soon as we signed off on the house, he came to us and was like, hey, you know that I split this in half and I'm about to build a house right behind you, right? In your backyard, right? And I'm like, no. And and so we basically was like pressured into, right after moving in, selling it and buying something else, because that was the whole point of buying this house, was to have something with a little more land and not have neighbors so close. And then or the other choice was to buy the property that he took off of this lot, so that he wouldn't build a house there. So we felt like we had to do that. And so we paid more than it was worth, and then found out after the fact that he couldn't have even built a house there, because where we live, the lots have to be at least 1 acre. So I think he did the shoddy work on purpose, but I'm afraid I'm going to crash into the sink in the middle of the night. Oh, you're getting your bathroom renovated right now. Yeah, I definitely think he did it on purpose. Yeah, like it really does suck. Like, we bought this house at like the top of our budget because we were like, we don't have to do anything. Let's go ahead and go a little higher than we wanted to. And then we don't have to worry about fixing things while we have a 1-year-old. But oh well, you live and you learn. This is our first house we've actually bought. We've rented, but we've never bought a house. So, and then like, I don't mean to keep complaining, but and then the other thing, the big thing was something you wouldn't even think to check, and like I can't even blame the person that did the inspection, because it's like, why would you even think to check that? All of the floors in the bathrooms, the grout that like holds it all together is like powder. Like he didn't mix it correctly. So like, and since it's not level, like you walk a certain way and they started to come up. So we had to fix all of the tile in the bathrooms, because they were just like, you could just lift them up. Deanna says, girl, just complain. I complain all the time. I'm not one that likes to complain, but when it comes to the things that he did to this house, it's really aggravating. Yes, I had an agent, and like I said, a lot of the things, it was like you wouldn't even think to check. Like, who thinks to check to make sure the grout is hard as a rock, you know? Well, thank you for listening, Nicole. Yeah, my husband said he probably didn't mix it correctly, because like I said, my husband used to work in construction. He's a supervisor now at the factory we work at, but he said that you have to mix it, I guess, with water, and he didn't, like he either mixed too much water or something. There was something else I was going to say before I ended the video, and now I don't remember. But I'm going to stop complaining now. Is there anything y'all want to talk about? Because I have all the time tonight, because my husband and my 4-year-old, which his name is William, by the way, William Jr., they are hunting tonight. Yeah, he made it look really good. He did. because you don't notice unless you look close about like in our shower where everything doesn't drain correctly. The only thing I noticed was some of the towels were kind of crooked, and I was like, that's just the perfectionist in you. You can't expect everything to be. I was like, you can't expect everything to be totally, you know, perfect, because I'm a perfectionist. Like, even like when it comes to writing something on a piece of paper, like if I mess up and I have to mark something out, it doesn't matter. Like when I was in school, it didn't matter if I had filled that whole page and I messed up at the very bottom. I would have to rewrite the whole thing. It's like, maybe it's like OCD, like certain things just really, they just have to be perfect. And when I seen the crooked towels, I should have known, like, to look further. Oh, Dee's Garden Adventures. I don't know why I'm still saying that when I know your name is Deanna, but I keep thinking like I'm saying the wrong name. You got over 600 subscribers today. Congratulations. I've been doing videos for almost 4 years now, and I just finally got over the 1,000 mark a few months ago. It's very hard work, so it definitely feels good when you get to a certain point. And it's not about the subscribers, and it's not about making money, but whenever, like me, I'm working 2 full-time jobs basically, and I'm not good at editing, so, something that might take someone else 5 hours takes me probably 20. So just being able to get monetized and get something for all of that, hard work, editing and filming when you would rather just go to sleep or work on something else, just makes it feel a little more worth it. Nicole, you just got over 1,000, yeah. And you just got monetized about 2 months ago. Yeah, it is very hard. I've gotten a lot better though. I remember part of the problem is I'm still editing on my phone, because this laptop I got here whenever I went back to school a couple years ago, and I got what I thought was a really nice laptop, but some of the like really popular apps, it won't let me download them. And I don't know, like that one Epidemic Sound, that really popular app that you can use for like songs for your videos. Whenever I try to look it up in the App Store, it's just not there. And then some of them are there, but it says that I can't download them. And so I need to take it somewhere to get help with it, because if I could edit on my computer, especially when you're like going to the video, if I could like scroll to the end of the video and like cut parts out instead of on my phone, on a little tiny phone, like trying to find the certain spot to like cut out the 1,000 times I said it would go a lot quicker. Nicole says, I actually like editing on my phone, easy peasy, lay in bed and edit, but record hours of randomness, then have to whittle it down. Well, see, I usually have to edit like on my breaks at work, or get up really early before work to edit, or basically anytime my son is distracted. Because you know how 4-year-olds are. As soon as they see your phone, Mom, can I have your phone? Rochelle says, I do all my editing on my computer, but I don't use my phone to film. Yeah, that's another thing I got a camera also, but I don't know how to work it. So it's one of those that, like, if you don't do it manually, like the quality just doesn't look good. So I've been just using my phone. I've got a Samsung Galaxy S22. I used to have the S10e, and I liked that one so much better because it had a port for a SD card. And so I could take it out if the memory was full. I could take it out and just put another memory card in there. But now I have to use the cloud, and I don't like that because I don't want to delete anything, because like whenever you go to Google Photos or the cloud or whatever, like say you delete it off your phone and it's just on there, like I don't know how to do anything with it. Like if you go to the editing app, you can't choose photos from the cloud. So like if I want to edit them, or like my family photos, if I want to do something with them or print them or move them to a computer or do something with them, you either can't, or I just don't know how to do it. So I don't like it because I still have to keep everything on my phone. So like right now I have no memory because I have this entire past year's worth of pictures on it, when usually like every couple months I would just buy a new memory card and then put it somewhere safe. Let me go back up. Deanna, you said you were using iMovie, now you use InShot. That's what I use on my phone, InShot. Nicole, you said, lucky for me, smartphones weren't invented when my son was 4. He's 28. You don't look old enough to have a 28-year-old. My eyes are like going cross-eyed. I've been looking at the computer too long. Rochelle, you said GoPro works good, but each file has to be converted before you can use it, and that takes forever. Yeah, I have a really old GoPro that I got. I bought from my mom because I wanted to be able to like wear it like on my head or like somewhere on my chest somehow, so that I could film like while I was like harvesting. Because I watched this one guy, he always I think used a GoPro to like harvest vegetables and things, and I really liked the way that looked. And I haven't figured out how to use that either. And then I went all the way to the bottom. Rochelle, you said I should be able to download it from the cloud though. All right, I'll have to take it somewhere and have someone help me, because I'm getting to where I have nothing else I can delete for like the past. That's why I haven't been posting that many videos actually, because I literally have no room to film more than like a couple minutes, and then I have to like delete an older picture, which luckily I have a 4-year-old that takes lots of silly pictures, and I can delete some. Rochelle told your age. I definitely wouldn't think that though. Like seriously, I wouldn't think that you were 50. And then Deanna, you turned 52 in January. I try that but end up either some boob dots. Autocorrect is really, really I'm still not sure what you're saying. Joe says I'm much older. I just had a birthday December 1st. The day me and Rochelle, the day we went live was my birthday actually. And then my husband's is actually today. His is the 9th, mine's the 1st. I'm a Sagittarius. Thank you, Nicole. My birthday is like just another day. Like, I forgot actually until my lunch break that it was my birthday, and I seen on Facebook people telling me happy birthday, and then I got mad because my husband hadn't told me yet. Not really mad, but usually he tells me first thing in the morning, and he was hunting though. He was in the woods. He technically told me the night before, um, whenever he was telling our son that the next day was my birthday. Thank you, everyone. Yeah, we have a lot of December birthdays. Mine is the first. My husband's is the ninth. My uncle's, I always forget if his was the fifth or the sixth because my grandma passed away on one of those days. I can't remember sometimes if it's the day before his birthday or the day after, but it's one of the two. And then my mom's is on. Well, my nephew's is on the 19th. My mom's is on the 20th, and then I have a cousin that was born on Christmas Eve. So we have a lot of December birthdays. Deanna, your daughter called one day and asked if you were okay because you hadn't told her happy birthday. Sometimes it's not that I forgot someone's birthday, but it's I don't know what day it is. Um, my best friend Veronica, hers is the day before mine, so it's November 30th. And one year, she got mad at me because I hadn't told her happy birthday yet, and I didn't even realize my birthday was coming up. Like I didn't even, like time just goes by so fast sometimes that I just don't realize it's that day yet. It's not that I forgot your birthday. Like a week ago, I knew that your birthday was coming up, but I just didn't realize that it was the day yet. Rochelle says, New York family is all end of January, beginning of February, like a 3-week span. LOL, like 16 candles, Deanna. Hubby isn't on Facebook. Oh. Nicole said you forgot your husband's birthday until you saw it on Facebook. I've had that happen before where I forgot someone's birthday and then I seen it on Facebook. Not my husband's though, but his is 8 days after mine, so I do need to finish his gift though. I I'm I know he doesn't watch my videos, so I'm okay to say it. Who is Deanna? Is that not your name? Don't joke with me. Have I been saying the wrong name? Diana. Okay. Diana. Deanna was your dad's ex-girlfriend in high school. Do you also dislike certain names because of certain people? I don't like the name shoot. My mind just went blank. Starts with an R. The name just totally left my brain, but I don't like that name because it was a girl that was always mean to me for no reason in school. And even though like I could care less now, when I hear that name, I just don't like it. No, not Rochelle. It wasn't Rochelle. I've actually never known someone named Rochelle. I've heard of Rachel, but not Rochelle. That's why whenever we first, I think, no, it wasn't my first live, but on one video, maybe it was one of your lives, I asked, was that how you say your name? Rebecca, Ramona, Roberta, Ruby, Roxanne. Now gonna bother me. And my cousin Heather, her best friend, that's her name. And so that's why every time I would hear that name, I would feel a certain type of way, and I would be like, why does that bother you? It's not Ruth. Rashida. It's a pretty common name. What is it? I can't remember. Yeah, that's passive aggressive. It's not Rachel. We must know this name before leaving this live. I cannot believe I can't remember it. Let me look up girls' names that. It's right on the tip of my tongue. Renee. Renee. And my friend from work, Amber, she actually came to one of when. Are you sure it starts with R? I was actually thinking that my anxiety was like, watch it not even start with an R. Renee. Um, what was I saying? Oh, my friend Amber. Um, my middle name is Ray. One of my middle names is Ray. It's Ashley Ray, and she always like comes up with random nicknames for people, and will sometimes call people like middle names like Renee. And one day she was like, "Listen here, Renee," or something like that, and I was like, "Do not call me that." Rochelle, your middle name is Ray. Yeah, my name is Candace Ashley Ray. My dad's name was Ray, or my dad's middle name was Ray, Ray, and my mom named my middle name Rae for a girl. When I was growing up, I hated that middle name. I hated telling people that my middle name was Ashley Ray because I felt like, that was a boy's name and people were gonna like I wasn't scared people were gonna like make fun of me, but I guess maybe I was when I was younger. And so I hated it growing up. But when I was older, I was actually like, I like that name. Oh no, my phone's going dead. We'll have to cut this down. That stinks because we're all having a good conversation, but my phone's going dead and my charger will not reach any of these plugins. My name has been spelled incorrectly also. Candace, people always spell it Candice. Or they say Candice, or they call me Kansas. I had a woman that it was like an aunt to my husband. She'd always say, "Hi, Kansas." And I told her a bunch of times that it was Candice, but she always called me Kansas. I have I have an 8-foot charger, but my husband always takes it when he leaves out of town to go hunting. And I always tell him, leave me the long one, especially when our 4-year-old is home, so that our 4-year-old can have it on the charger when he's playing on it because he runs it dead. Even family have gotten it wrong. I don't know what will happen if we just go until it dies. Hopefully it doesn't like delete and not let me upload it. I know Candace, it's a really common name. I actually had two best friends growing up. Candace, Candis, and then Kandys. All three of us were really good friends growing up. And it was a popular name, but I guess ICE is like really popular. And I can't ever find it on anything. Like Christmas ornaments, nothing ever has Candace on it. Like growing up my whole life, never could find Candace. And it's a popular name. I hate when people put an H in my name, Nicole. Yeah, that would annoy me too. I don't like when people spell things totally wrong, like Tasha instead of Tasha.